Well, good morning, friends. Michele Peterson here. Grab your coffee or your beverage of choice and sit down with me for a couple minutes. It's time for coffee chat. And I already said Michele Peterson, Coach Michele Peterson. And you guys, did that description kind of catch your attention about the manure? So it's hilarious, right? So, and so my people, I am German Russian, and so my ancestors, my people, were the Germans from Russia, and so they're the people who, the German people who went to Russia, colonized some areas by the Volga River, but they kept their German identity, and for my people, faith was very important, and they were farmers, so they worked the land. And, faith was so important that they built these elaborate, beautiful churches in the middle of their villages. So eventually, the Germans from Russia, they were autonomous. They kept their German language and everything, but eventually the Russians said, well, we are going to start now governing you, and we want you to speak Russian, and we'll be drafting you into our armies and all of this stuff, right? So they went to America, right? So now the Germans from Russia are now German Russian Americans, and they kept to their heritage. We kept to our heritage. And most of our families settled into the plains, the Dakotas, where it was nice and flat, where it was, farming land. It was very much like the steppes of Russia, where they lived in Russia. And anyway, I tell you all of this to set up that we do have this saying. The German Russians do have this saying, and it is this: praying is of no use. What is needed is manure. Now, I want you to take that in context, because faith and praying was very important to my people, to the German Russians. For them to have this saying about praying being of no use, that what is needed is manure, was a big thing, right? And what they were talking about is, as a farmer, what is needed is manure to help this ground, this dirt grow and have things that, to have the plants that are planted there grow, the crops that are planted grow, and so that they can have a good harvest. And they especially thought this was true. And, this saying came about once they came to America, and the plains were hard to farm. And, so this is why we have this saying, praying is of no use. What is needed is more manure. So I thought this was interesting. I thought it was an interesting way to think about it, because have you ever planted grass? And you know that you spread the grass seed, and then you typically cover it with manure. My German Russian grandpa always did this. He planted rye seed for the winter. He had Bermuda grass in the summer, and it was fine. Bermuda grass does not need much fertilizer, right? But so he would plant ryegrass so it would still be green and pretty in the winter. And lots of people in the neighborhood did the same thing. So they would mow the grass really low, they would throw the grass seed out, and then they would spread this layer of manure. And I walked home from school to my grandparents' house when I was young, because my mom worked. And so I would walk home down the street, and I would smell all this manure, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. If you have ever had this experience, if you've ever smelled manure laid out on a grass, on a lawn. And, so I'm thinking, you go through the inconvenience, you go through the smell of it, because you want the reward at the end. You want that beautiful green grass at the end, right? What is it in your life that you are perhaps struggling with, that it's hard right now, right? So as a work from home person, a work from home woman, what is hard right now? What kind of stinks like manure, but you're willing to even lay more manure down so that you can get to the reward at the end, right? So I just wanted to throw that out there and think and let you ponder that for a minute, because it's messy, it's stinky, it's, we don't want it forever, but it's not going to be around forever either. It's just the season of it, right? So if you have manure right now, just trust that maybe you need to even lay some more for a time. If it's the season to be enduring the manure, just know that it will be worth it coming through on the other side, right? So I hope that encourages you to, if this is you, if this is your season of manure, just realize that sometimes it's needed to get to what we want. But I have to say, praying does not hurt either. So I encourage both, to be honest. I know, it's funny, and my people do have this saying, and I was reminded of it when I watched this documentary about the Germans from Russia, and that's what just got it stuck in my head, that isn't that applicable not just to them back in the day when they were farming the plains, but isn't that also true of us now today? So I hope that this has been a blessing for you. I hope that you will take this and find some encouragement with it. I hope that you will get through your season of laying that manure and come through to the beautiful, brighter side that is on the other side of it. All right, so spread your arms out wide. Give yourself a hug and repeat after me. I am so proud of you, and I love you. Thank you guys for being here with me. Finish your coffee. Have a beautiful day. I have to run because I have another meeting that I need to be on. But thank you for sharing some time with me. Whether you're here in the morning, if you're watching the replay, afternoon, evening, whenever it is that you're watching, I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.